Welcome, wrestling fans. Welcome to Curtain Jerkin. As always, I'm your host, Jacob Grondy, reporting from the Main Event Marks YouTube channel. You can also check me out on Spotify. I think I'm on a roll here. I think this constitutes as a roll. 3 episodes in 3 days. This one is going to be exclusively my predictions for AEW Revolution. I did a prediction show and a review show, a single prediction show, a single review show for WWE Elimination Chamber, and I think it went over well. Short form content, or short for me, 10, 15 minutes as opposed to the 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I think people enjoy it. I think I can get this stuff out, more timely, and I can talk about the things that, people want to talk about. People want to talk about predictions. People want to talk about the shows that are coming up, the big shows, and they want to also hear some reviews. I'm pretty excited about AEW Revolution 1, Sting's last match, 2, in the Greensboro Coliseum, 3, I'm going to be there. Greensboro Coliseum is, I'll say, my hometown. I've lived in Durham for a while. I also now live in Gibsonville, North Carolina. And, I'm a North Carolina boy, proud North Carolina boy. Or North Carolina man, I guess. I can't really say boy. I'm 34 years old, doing this AEW review show as a proud North Carolinian. And, there's lots of talks about AEW ticket sales not doing well. But they've gone to North Carolina, or they come to Greensboro twice. And both times, it looked good. Like, lower bowl full, upper bowl sold a little bit, which is pretty good. There's no roped off sections or anything like that. And one was a Dynamite / Rampage, and then one was a Collision. So now they're coming back for the full thing, and this thing's got 15,000 people. It's a sold out, Coliseum, Greensboro Coliseum, home of Starcades and Nitros and Raws, and now it's got AEW Revolution. This card is fucking stacked, by the way. We have, FTR versus Blackpool Combat Club. Just a regular tag team match. No tag team title on the line. And I think, FTR has great matches. It's John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli from the Blackpool Combat Club. And I think that those two guys are singles wrestlers, where FTR are a tag team. I think that FTR is going to win in North Carolina. They've main evented each show from the Greensboro Coliseum so far, and now here they are, lower in the card, but I think that it's still kind of like their home turf, being from the Carolinas. I mean, Dax even, I said I live in Gibsonville now. There used to be a promotion in Gibsonville, in the small town of Gibsonville, that Dax would wrestle on prior to his NXT days. So I feel like this is the hometown boys' time to get some shine here. And then we have Meat Madness. I thought Meat Madness was going to be a battle royal of all the big guys, but here it looks like it's just Wardlow, Hobbs, and Lance Archer with no build. If that's the case, that disappoints me. I was thinking it was going to be a battle royal, but whoever wins, I think it's going to be Wardlow. Wardlow is going to win because they gave him a little bit of time to go out there and cut a promo. So that's kind of the whole build we have for this match is Wardlow cutting a promo. Powerhouse Hobbs has been dealing with Sammy Guevara. So, and Lance Archer, I mean, shit. I don't know. We haven't really seen much of him at all. So I'm wondering why they gave it to him and not, Brian Cage or something like that. I'm not sure what this Meat Madness match entails, but I'm sure I'm going to have a good time, and I'm picking Wardlow. If it's a battle royal or a triple threat, I'm picking Wardlow. Number 7, or I don't know why I'm saying number 7. Number 7 on Wikipedia as I'm looking at this card here. It's 9 matches right now. If there's another match announced throughout the week of AEW, please forgive me. I'm going into this one, though. Christian Cage with Killswitch, Mother Wayne, and the Prodigy Nick Wayne versus Daniel Garcia. I think Christian Cage is going to win this one, retain his title because of some bullshit. Some bullshit's going to happen, but this is going to be a good match here. Christian Cage wrestles a different style than a lot of these guys on the show. So he wrestles that ruthless aggression main event style. So it's gonna have be pretty well booked with the intricacies of how they're gonna fuck Daniel Garcia over, which is always fun to see and watch. But it's also going to be, I think, maybe technically good because Christian Cage can still go, and Garcia is obviously an up-and-comer as well. And the next one, Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. So Will Ospreay, this is his first, I think, official match in AEW, signed with AEW. Not a New Japan guy that they let wrestle in AEW. He's signed versus Takeshita, a standout, I would say, in AEW so far. He's got the size. He's got the pedigree. He's got the look. I mean, why this man isn't holding a world title, I don't know. In a singles match. This match will probably steal the show. Both guys have something to prove in the sold-out Greensboro Coliseum. This is going to be amazing, and I think that Will Ospreay is going to beat Takeshita in his first match in AEW. Then we have Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson for the Continental Crown Championship. If Daniel loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand. Man, who do I want in this one? I mean, my heart always is going to go with Bryan Danielson, but with a stipulation like that, and knowing that Bryan Danielson, these titles are, I don't want to say beneath him, but the AEW Continental Championship, the ROH World title, New Japan Pro Wrestling Openweight, or Strong Openweight Championship. I mean, this would mean that Bryan Danielson would be wrestling a lot for New Japan Strong. Well, I mean, let's break this down here. And then he would wrestle Ring of Honor, which would just mean that he would wrestle later on in the shows he's already going to, a Collision. But then the shaking his hand thing, I don't know. I'm thinking Eddie Kingston's winning. I'm thinking Eddie Kingston's going to win this one, and Bryan Danielson is going to have to shake Eddie Kingston's hand, as Eddie Kingston has 3 fucking titles. He walks around, with more, more gold than someone who's got a lot of gold. I don't know where I was going with that. But Eddie Kingston winning this one. Then we have Timeless Toni Storm with Mariah May, and Luther versus Deonna Purrazzo in a singles match for the AEW World's Women's Championship. They love putting the title on the newcomer. They love putting over the newcomers. Deonna Purrazzo is a newcomer. This is her first big match in AEW, but you'd have to be stupid to take the title off of Timeless. She is the only woman that is over across the whole roster. Yeah, sure, you've had women that were over prior. You had Thunder Rosa, you've had Britt Baker, you've had Saraya, you've had Serena Deeb was over for a small period of time. You had all these women that were over, but right now the only woman that's over is Toni Storm, and that's because she's got the best character and she can also go in the ring. So you'd be stupid to take the title off of her at this point. And then we have Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. I think they got to put the title on Roderick Strong here. They got to do something with the Undisputed Kingdom to make them feel important at all. So I think Wardlow winning and then Roderick Strong winning will help solidify them. All last year, all 2023, it was, will MJF and Adam Cole turn on each other? Oh, who is the devil? Oh, the devil is Adam Cole, who turned on MJF finally, so Samoa Joe has the title. But what the fuck is this group? Is the group going to feud with the Bang Bang Gang? Hell no. The Bang Bang Gang is going to be off on their own doing some bullshit, winning 6-man titles and not caring about anything at all. Will they feud with Orange Cassidy for some random reason? It looks that way. It looks like that's what's happening here. So I would put the title on Roderick Strong to just kind of solidify this group, because we spent 6 months of 2023 building to a group that, cuts a few promos and has had a mid-card title feud. So yeah, put it on Roderick Strong to kind of help mend the wounds of this faction that they put together. Sting and Darby with Ric Flair versus the Young Bucks. Sting's last match, Tornado tag team match. with the Bucks and Darby Allin. This is going to be nuts. I'm sure Sting is going to jump off something. Sting, of course, is going to be, the most over guy in this arena. This is where he cut his teeth, in this arena for the Crockett's. And this is where he's going to be finishing his career. How poetic, how apropos, how fitting. God damn, do I love Sting. It's going to be sad. I got my Sting shirt. I went out there and I got this exclusive Sting shirt. A Sting shirt that I don't think a lot of people are going to have, because I know there's going to be so many Sting shirts in the building. But I do think that Sting is going to drop the titles to the Young Bucks. He's going to put over the EVPs. Why? Well, Flair had a lot of stroke in the 80s. And who did Sting put over? Ric Flair. When he went to Japan and wrestled Antonio Inoki, who did he put over? Antonio Inoki. In the 2000s, when he went to TNA, who did he put over? The guy who booked the show, Jeff Jarrett. In 2015, when he made his way to WWE, who did he put over? The owner's son-in-law, Triple H. So he has made a 20, 30-year career over putting over the bosses. And here is the Young Bucks' new gimmick, the EVPs, the bosses. You also have Ric Flair, in the Greensboro Coliseum, the dirtiest player in the game. He might screw over Sting and get cheered, despite Sting being the most over babyface in that arena. He might do, lots of things might happen here, but I do think the one thing that is going to happen is the Young Bucks are leaving with the tag team championships. Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. Speaking of guys who kind of cut their teeth in the Carolinas, Adam Page. I mean, we saw him in PWX. We would see him wrestle for the Hardys promotion, Omega. Here he is. The first time I saw Swerve wrestle in Greensboro was at this place called The Deck. I guess it was in Jamestown, North Carolina, a small suburb of Greensboro, if you will. And that had like 50 people there. And Shane Strickland is now wrestling in the Greensboro Coliseum with 15,000 strong. So there's a lot of really cool stories here with the Greensboro Coliseum, with this big show. Samoa Joe is a transitional champion, in my opinion. He's one of my favorite champions that AEW's ever had. But I think that they need to put the title on either Hangman or Swerve here. And I think that it should go on Hangman, because Hangman needs something in this feud. He needs something to hold. And then I think next pay-per-view, you have Hangman, Adam Page, and Swerve, with Swerve winning the World Championship. If you wanted to put it on Swerve this night, I think that would, I wouldn't be too upset about it. But I do think that the title is going to change hands. I think that you wanted it to go from Samoa Joe to Swerve. I mean, you wanted to go from MJF to Swerve, while keeping MJF hot and keeping Swerve hot. And you might need to have it go to Samoa Joe to Hangman to Swerve for that to happen. So I'm going Hangman Page, because Hangman Page cut his teeth in the Carolinas. I mean, he was holding a sign that said Hangman was right, and that, CM Punk saw it, and that kind of created a viral moment the last time AEW was in this building for a Collision. So that would be kind of poetic to put the title on Hangman in Greensboro. So to recap, I'm going FTR, Wardlow, Christian, Will Ospreay, Eddie Kingston, Tony Storm, Hangman Page, Roderick Strong, and the Young Bucks. So the tag team titles will change hands. The international title will change hands. The world title will change hands. The women's title will not change hands. The Triple Crown will not change hands. And the TNT title will not change hands. Those are my predictions for AEW Revolution. Let me know your predictions. A lot of y'all have my number. Text me, call me, let me know your predictions. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Let me know. Fly high. I'm out.